What's up, what's up? This is a content creator shout out, and it's the one I should have done in the very first place. One of my favorite creator, if not my favorite, it's the one and only kitboga. Well, there's two channels. There's kitboga and there's more kitboga. The reason why I'm doing this shout out is because kitboga is the literal reason why I'm streaming. This is the literal reason why we're doing this video. I told you guys before, I work in a job where I'm allowed to listen to music, right? So I'm trying to listen to music as much as possible, or at least I tried. And then I got tired of music, so I tried to look for some different content. And then the content, I'm so sorry, I got ADHD and I need to move. The content we started looking was some old content back in the day, some orange pranks, right? Then I switched to audiobook because I did it a little bit with the podcast, did a little bit with the music, prank call, again more music, and I realized that I constantly need some more content. I had an app, still have an app. You can put the music at 2 times the speed. Now I'm listening to app round. Let's put it to 70 hours a week of content, right? And I was listening some Orange Prank because back in the days I used to be a big fan of Orange Prank, and I found kitboga. So I was like back in the that okay, I shouldn't say that this is not nice, but back in those days, I was just looking for content that was long. I didn't want to constantly change music, and I was downloading music for the next day at work. I was downloading music for to have content to listen to the next day. I was in that position. I was in that position where I constantly needed to download things to to be entertained. Otherwise, I'm bored as fuck, and that's not cool because being bored it brings you to overthink, to overanalyze, right? So I found one of the video of Kid Boga, and I still remember. That's 4 years ago. I've been listening to this guy religiously for 4 years, and the very first video I saw was the one where. Okay, so basically, what I have to do before I even start is I have to say what he does. Otherwise, what I'm gonna say right now, it doesn't make any sense. Kid Boga is a Twitch streamer, a fucking fantastic Twitch streamer who has some program where he changes voice and he calls scammers. So it's basically scam baiting, which is wasting scammer time, getting their information, their bank information, try to collect as much information on scam center as possible. So he changed his voice and he become either this LA Valley girl, Nevea. There's a lot more character over the years. When I started watching him, there was Victor, there was Jbedaya, who was a southern accent. We had Enna, Goldwater, and we had I forget the guy name. Billy Mazier. Yeah, we had Billy Mazier, and yeah. So the first video I watched was Cable Guy. She became Edna, which is an old lady, and she was going against on the rant against the computer. She said, "Oh, it's the damn computer fault. Can I trust them?" And I remember laughing so fucking hard. I remember crying because I was laughing so hard. There's a part of that video where, okay, so I know this video by heart because I've been watching them over and over. Been listening to the content for 4 years, so I don't know a lot of people that have over 4 years worth of time content. And she's like, okay, maybe we can communicate with the robots, and she did beep beep boop, right? And I was crying, laughing. I remember being, I remember being present for the baited series debated. I used to wait for the episode to come out, and I remember laughing hysterically. Um, at work, and people asking me, "Are you good? Are you okay? Are you high?" And I was like, "Nah, bro. I'm just listening to Kid Boga," and nobody knew who he was. But it didn't matter because I knew who he was, and I was having fun. Um, so yeah, so long story short, is gonna be a long story anyway. You guys know me. I can't stop talking for if I had a gun pointed at my head and said stop talking, I probably wouldn't. Right? So I watch the content for years. If you met me in real life, right, and you saw me laughing to myself in a park, in the bus, or in the metro, I was probably listening to Kid Boga. Um, the it's not really a sad thing. When I started watching kitboga, it was only edited content. So every week or every couple of days, you would get a 15, 20, 40 minutes minute video. And kitboga was so good that I would keep listening to these. Then he came out years later with more kitboga, which is basically the whole call, the old saga, because some of these call, they're 10, 15, 8. They're hours and hours and hours, right? And it's just so nice to have this complete version, this complete this complete version. You get this beginning, how the call started, how did it go, the script. For example, there was this at one time he pretend like he had 5 microwaves in the kitchen. He was nuclear, so he play a really loud sound for the scammer. And yeah, it's a journey. Kid Boga, why I love the content so much, because first of all, this guy, I think Kid seemed like a good person. He does a lot of collabs. What I really like about Kid Boga is he's quick on his feet. Like he's able to improv, is able to enter, and he doesn't get stunned by the scammer. He's never afraid. He's always in control, or he tried to always be in control. So it's very reassuring. It's good to know that there's somebody that's taking care of busy. There's a noble intent, right? And a lot of people I remember about 2 years ago, a lot of people, they were talking shit about Kid Boga. I was saying, "Oh, you're making money out of this. This is not a noble cause." Uh, okay, so by him, okay, so I'm gonna have to defend my boy right here. By him making money, it can make it his job. So you want him to have a job, do these on plus, and be broke and be like, yo, I don't know if I can keep doing this. Or you want him to be able to say, yo, this is my job. I can really waste camera's time. I can entertain you guys. Because at the end of the day, yes, I do believe that we need 9 to 5 people. But I believe that there's a handful out there that have to entertain the masses. Because if we're not entertained, we're bored. If we're bored, it sucks to work. Right. So yeah. So going back to the shout out. I listen to Kitboga a lot, like a lot. And after I want to say two. I want to say two, but say 2.5, because it's exactly the date where I started streaming. So oh my God, Kitboga. I owe him so much. I owe Kitboga life, to be honest. If I wasn't streaming, I was depressed, I would have ended all, I would have ended all. I truly believe that. I truly believe I would have ended all if it wasn't for streaming. Now, what happened was, I was listening to Kitboga, and I listened to the channel 3 times. Kitboga came at a blessed time, a bit before the pandemic. Sadly, during the pandemic, all I would do for 6 months is listen to Kitboga. So I ran out of content really fast, and it kept on saying you can find the full unedited version on Twitch. And I never knew what Twitch was. I never knew it. So I wanted more Kitboga content, and I went on Twitch. Right. Then I started seeing people shipping gameplays. And I was like, oh, well, I don't have that good of a life at work, and I'm getting bullied. When I was a kid, I used to want to create a video on YouTube. Maybe this Twitch is the way to go. Maybe live streaming is the way. So I got really interested in live streaming, and that's thanks to Kitboga, because he taught me what Twitch was. Right? And then I started streaming, and then people like my content, so I created an Instagram. Then I met some friends, and I made a community. Then by having a community on Twitch and Instagram, I started doing TikTok, because people, they love TikTok, and they said you should do TikTok. So I had Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok, right? Then having a community, like again, a good community, I did a face reveal after a month on Christmas, because I thought, yo, these guys are bringing me so much happiness. I'm gonna give back. And fast forward years later, 2.5 years later, to be honest, and it's today. Today, not exactly, but you know what I mean. We're talking to you. We're making a video on the person who led me to create content, and that's Kid Boga. So, thanks, Kid. Just keep being you, bro. You're fucking amazing, and huge shout out to life in itself. If it wasn't for this series event, we wouldn't be talking right now. And if we wouldn't be talking right now, this wouldn't exist. This situation, this parallel timeline, this parallel universe where we're getting to talk wouldn't exist. And by it not existing, then this whole thing is pointless. This 9 minutes 59 seconds is pointless. As always, I love you guys. Stay weird. You know what? Fuck it. I'm such a big fan of Kitboga. We're gonna take his ending as a shout out, as an homage. Don't be afraid, as Bob Ross would say, don't be afraid to make mistakes and try things. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. Thank you.